Today on CityCast Philly, the weather is nice and people are meeting up with friends to go out more. If you want to save money on brunch or try your favorite wines with some really great food, here's your guide to Philly's BYOB scene. In February, I spoke with a scientist and wine educator who loves to eat, drink, and write about his experience exploring the city's best places to bring your favorite beverage. It's Thursday, May 18th. I'm Trinina Ree, and here's what Philly's talking about. Arindam Basu, you're an educator at Wine and Spirit Education Trust, which teaches and qualifies folks into wine and spirits professions. You've also written about Philly's bring your own bottle culture because it's kind of this really nuanced culture in our city. Why do we have such a strong BYOB culture here?
Well, it goes back to prohibition and the liquor laws of the state and how they are designed. So essentially, it's expensive and it's hard to get a license in the Philadelphia County because the number of licenses already there, and there is a limitation as to how many people or in the county should be served with. So all the rules and bureaucratic laws and regulations basically makes it really, really hard for a small business owner or a mom and pop eating place who wants to cook and serve food to come up with a liquor license.
Do we know how many BYOBs are in the city?
I would roughly guesstimate, just in the city of Philly, probably 300. And a lot are Italian restaurants, small mom and pop, family owned, family served, and amazing food, amazing food.
Arindam, I have to mention you're also a scientist in the area of molecular biology. So when did you fall in love with wine and spirits?
When I came here, that was the first time I actually tried wine. And I bought a 6-pack from the wine and spirit store right in West Philly. And the first couple of 6-packs, I hated it and I dumped it. And then a few weeks later, I'm like, okay, that's done with white. Let's move to red. And I was able to I think I had a bottle and a half over a few days. And then I'm like, yeah, still, this is gross. So that was 2006, August, September, literally a month and a half after I came to this country.
Where'd you come from?
From India. So I finished my PhD and then came to Penn to do a postdoc. And then in 2010-11 was when I kind of got into wine in the sense, drinking a little more with the background knowledge. And then in 2016 was when I started a meetup group, which is still in vogue, and with my friend. And the idea was not to go to a bar and get hammered, but do a more
classier way.
Tasting thing.
And then you started taking classes, you got your wine certification, and now you teach others to also get similar certifications.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to talk about etiquette. What are some do's and don'ts we should be mindful of when dining at a BYOB?
Definitely one thing I would encourage and I would stress on the fact that please generously tip. Be courteous to the servers and the people who are serving you. And try not to just hang out there just because. And if you think you will open another bottle because you are having a great time, and you've already stayed for at least an hour and a half, ask them if it's okay, if they need to turn the table around. If not, sure, open another bottle and hang out. But be mindful about their business also, and please tip generously.
Maybe this is taboo, but you've talked about bottles, but what if people bring boxed wine? Are they going to be judged?
Are they going to be judged? Probably.
Okay, so
Am I going to judge? Am I going to judge? No.
Okay.
Because, yes, even after all this wine education, wine certification, and all the time I've spent and time and money I've spent in getting certified and stuff. But I still feel and I think at the end of the day, it's your palate. If you don't like something, don't have it. It's not like air you have to breathe in to live. So if you like a black box Merlot or a Boda box Pinot Noir, sure, why not?
What else does BYOB cover? Can we show up with a handle of vodka or a six pack?
I have seen people bring gin. I have seen mostly gin, but yes, you can bring a bottle of vodka or tequila and just probably have some fizzy water with it. Or if you are bringing gin, you can bring in tonic water.
So, okay, you bring in the gin and the servers can give you some tonic. Okay.
If they have it. Or you can bring your own tonic water and definitely they can give you ice. So make your own gin and tonic and go with it. So you also asked about what else. Yes, you can bring a six pack, you can bring ciders, and definitely I think at a pizza place or at restaurants which serve or cater to gluten-free menu, bring your ciders. Like there are really good cider places where you can buy six packs or cans. One of the places in, I guess, kind of Kensington area is Original 13 Cider Works. And they have really, really good ciders. So bring them with you.
Have something to celebrate? Think Whole Foods Market. From weddings to baby showers, graduations to birthdays, Whole Foods Market has what you need to make your event more delicious. Like animal welfare certified meat, a huge selection of adult beverages, frozen desserts, salty snacks, and more. Make the guest of honor feel special with beautiful Source for Good flowers. Or perhaps that berry chantilly cake everyone's raving about. Start the celebration at Whole Foods Market. They cater too.
What's your favorite locally made drink to bring to a BYOB restaurant?
Okay, so that's a tough question, honestly speaking. So there are quite a few wineries I really, really like around the Philly, Jersey area. Definitely Penswoods Wines, because it's not just because I've worked there, but their wines are really world class, I feel. There is another winery called Vala, Galen Glen in Lehigh Valley. Then a couple of wineries in Jersey, which I really like, are the Unionville and Beneduce.
So I like a sweet Riesling. What should I pair it with? What kind of dish goes with that?
Thai, Indian, Southeast Asian cuisine.
Ooh, my favorite.
So Gabriela Vietnam, probably one of the best Southeast Asian restaurants. I mean, everyone knows because they have been nominated have made it in the top 50 list. And Gabriela Vietnam's the cuisine, and it's very broad, it's very unique, and it's very multifaceted. I feel depends on the dish you choose. I think a semi-dry or an off-dry Riesling or Gewürztraminer would really, really go well with that sort of a cuisine.
What great restaurants should I bring a good sake to?
There are a lot of sushi Japanese restaurants which are do BYOB. So Umai Umai, then you have the Terakawa Ramen, which is kind of more of a ramen restaurant. Then the Banana Leaf, which is curates more towards the Malaysian cuisine.
All right, I live in West Philly. Are there any great BYOBs in West Philly? You got excited for that.
And that's because I live in West Philly too.
Hey,
so.
Okay.
So yeah, I definitely think Buna Cafe, which is the Ethiopian place, they really good, do good food, which is a BYOB place. Then Aksam, yes. It's a Mediterranean place. They do awesome brunch. Actually, their brunch is better than their dinner. So, yeah, these are the two, I think, really good places which come to my mind.
Okay, and I feel like since we're talking about brunch is a really important weekly meal here in Philly. If I'm looking for a place to bring maybe a good bottle of Prosecco for some mimosas, where can I go?
Mabu Kitchen. It's on like 12th and 13th of Pine. So that's a couple who have moved down from Canada. They do a brunch and they do amazing brunch. One of the best places probably to go for brunch in Philly. And apart from that, there is a tea service which Elwood does, which is another hands down favorite place of mine. And yeah, you can bring your Prosecco and make mimosas at any of the restaurants which do brunch, the BYOB restaurant. So
That's good. Where can I go for maybe a higher price point?
yeah, so few of the higher price point or high end restaurants, as we call it, are like the June, which is across the river in Collinswood. It's a French cuisine based restaurant, and they were in South Philly and they moved to Collinswood. Then Elwood is one of my hands down favorite restaurants of all times, and they are. I would say they're not high end, but like a mid tier. But also Elwood does family style food. Oh, and the cuisine is Pennsylvania Dutch. So it's a little meat heavy. But they last few weeks back I went there and I had the fish, which was phenomenal.
Good to know.
Yeah, and so I think if you, at Elwood, if you go in a group of 4 to 6 or 8, I think you can try a lot of different food, and that also brings down the price. So
Do you have a favorite that's maybe on the lower price point?
the lower price point, I would definitely say most of the Italian BYOBs, I think, are really, really reasonably priced. Mabu, I thought, was really reasonably priced too, Mabu Kitchen.
Sometimes when I think of BYOB, I also think of a big birthday dinner with friends. Where can I go with a large group?
We had our diploma students and instructors dinner at Aroma on the 3rd. And we were like 25 people, I think.
Whoa, okay.
Yes.
Big group.
Big group. Yeah. So Aroma definitely can accommodate and you can reach out to them. And they're really, really nice people. The chef is the owner and amazing service, fantastic food. Like
Favorite dish?
all their pastas, man. Like every single one of them are like, even the pasta alla vodka was like phenomenal. Like I have been there like 3 times, I think, at this point. Given that I have 300 BYOBs to go to.
Arindam Basu, food writer, BYOB, and wine expert. Thanks for all these recommendations and for joining me on CityCast Philly.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It was an amazing pleasure. Thank you so much.
And here's what else Philly's talking about. Both men who escaped from a city jail are now in police custody. 6ABC reports one of the men, Amin Hurst, who's accused of committing 4 murders, have been on the run since May 7th. According to the U.S. Marshals, they were in contact with Hurst's family. Several surrender deadlines were set and missed, and that's when he was taken into custody. Hurst's brother was also taken into custody. Nasir Grant, who also escaped jail with Hurst, was captured last week. And 3 people are facing charges in connection with helping the 2 escape. Philadelphia's Indigo Bike Share program is expanding. KYW reports that one of the newest stations is at the YMCA in North Philly. Indigo hopes to add 600 new docking stations along North Broad Street and in West Philly. And the Philadelphia Polo Classic is coming back to Fairmount Park. Philly Voice reports that this is the 2nd year of the tournament, and it all happened September 23rd to raise funds for Work to Ride. This is a local nonprofit that teaches young people all about horse riding and equine sports. That's all for today here on CityCast Philly. If you enjoyed this episode about the best BYOBs in the city, tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter too. It's called Hey Philly. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Friday News Roundup. Bye.
I think I remember the addresses of PLCB. This is really not nice. Or maybe
But
it
you're
is.
an expert, so it makes sense. I'm not judging you in any way.
I'm literally going around the city mentioning the PLCB store.
That's great. That's awesome.